Pro-Palestinian protests on U.S. college campuses have obviously made a strong impact on Jewish and Christian students. Recently, some of them visited Israel to see firsthand the devastation of the Hamas attacks and the ongoing war. CBN's Julie Stahl spoke with them about their visit and the inspiration it gave them to keep standing for Israel.
These students have felt the weight of facing pro-Palestinian protesters and anti-Semitism on their campuses while advocating for Israel.
I'm not going to pretend it's easy. It's a lot tougher than I would like it to be.
The students met with Knesset member Danny Danon, who was recently approved as Israel's ambassador to the United Nations. Danon pledged solidarity with the students.
We are at war here in Israel fighting Hamas and Hezbollah, but also those brave students are at war on the campuses in North America.
Michael Eglash says these students needed to have a personal experience here to help in their work back home on campus.
Not too long after October 7th, we saw that there was a tremendous need to bring student leaders, pro-Israel student leaders, both Jewish and non-Jewish, to Israel to see firsthand the terrible atrocities and to bear witness to what happened.
Eglash says now they will be better prepared for their mission to take action for Israel.
We're giving the tools and the techniques and the content and the knowledge, but plus the strategies and the confidence and resilience to go back and stand up for Israel on campus.
The students visited hard-hit sites from October 7th near Gaza, including Kibbutz Nir Oz, the Nova Music Festival site, and Sderot.
To actually be there, where these things were happening, where people were being killed, where people were being raped, to see the houses of little kids, toys spewed all about, half broken, is horrifying. Because it makes you just realize that this isn't an obscure thing. Like it's in the process of the protests and everything that's going on and all the excitement, you can start to forget what this is actually about.
The rush of emotions I experienced and the personal stories I've heard really humanized this whole situation. It gave me a lot of perspective, and that's hard to achieve when I'm in the United States and experiencing anti-Semitism on my campus.
Jack Landstein from the University of Michigan now feels more equipped to share the truth of what happened.
These stories have to be shared because people understand personal interactions.
I've watched, documentaries, I've watched, really graphic videos, but there's something different about being here in person. For me, the Nova Festival site was the most painful experience, I think, because it's the one with which I'm able to connect the most, because a lot of these people are, relatively near my age.
Natalie Manzo, a Christian from the University of Connecticut, is majoring in Judaic studies.
I obviously have a different experience as students who are Jewish. I have a major in Judaic studies, so I feel some of that anti-Semitism, of course being identified as a pro-Israel Zionist person.
Natalie felt most impressed by the unity she saw among Israelis and wants to use her experience here to encourage others to take action.
I feel like there's a lot of people out there who, like me, had no previous knowledge about Jewish history, and I want to be a vessel for information to these people.
Joshua Shain from Columbia University says Christian support for the Jewish people and Israel is vital.
I'm absolutely grateful for all the support that I have received from Jews and non-Jews alike, especially from Columbia's Christian community, by the way.
Danon advised the students.
I told them not to have any fear. I know it's intimidating that you go on campus and people are shouting and yelling, and sometimes we saw physical attacks. They should stand up and fight back. They should not hide the Jewishness. They should not hide the love to the state of Israel. That is my message to all the supporters of Israel.
Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.
It's been 9 months since that horrible attack on October 7th. I was in Kfar Aza, which bore part of the brunt of it, and it's just amazing when you walk the streets there, just the devastation wrought by the terrorists, by Hamas, the heartache that you see etched on the walls as you see the bullet holes, you see the grenade fragments, you see blood on the couch, because that's where the people that lived there were killed. When you see these things, you never forget, and we should not forget. We should especially not forget that currently there are U.S. citizens being held hostage by Hamas in tunnels in Gaza. That should wake up every single American. And why aren't we strongly supporting Israel to get our own people home? It's a mystery to me that the entire nation is not up in arms over this to say no. Why have we not been awakened by this horrible tragedy? If we could all go there, I think we would all be awakened, but we seem to have fallen asleep. Let us never forget, it's 9 months into it. The hostages are still being held by Hamas. Hamas still refuses to surrender and give up. They have pledged to repeat October 7 again and again and again until Israel doesn't exist. We don't need anything more from them. We should say, until you unconditionally surrender, we will be at war with you because you are at war with us. Let us remember it's our own citizens who are being held hostage.